Have a nice day, everyone. I am Maribeth Bagakay, and today we will be discussed in Module 25 assessment strategies that can increase motivation. So, this is an introduction that explains the importance of assessment as an integral part of the teaching learning process, and it highlights that assessment should motivate students to learn, but unfortunately, in many instances, it threatens rather than motivates. So, the module aims to address how to make assessment a motivating and facilitating experience. An indispensable part of teaching learning process is assessment. It is usually at the end of lesson plan term evaluation. So, diriya is usa jud ka importante kaayo nga bahin sa proseso sa pagtudlo mao ang assessment. So, kasagaran pod nga makita ni sa lesson plan kay nasa katapusan. Diba pag maghimo ta og 5 is nga lesson plan is naa jud ang evaluation. Next is assessment is at the service of learning. Thus, the PACE assessment for learning. But pasabot, ang assessment kay para sa kahibalo sa mga bata. Maubitaw na kita na adjud tay assessment at the end of our lesson. Para ang mga learners nato is na ay mahilbalan at the end of your class.
Now, these are the map or a chart nga pwede nato gamiton to motivate our learners sa ilahang pag-eskwela. So, first is text challenging, not too easy, not too difficult. And next is growth mindset. And next is focus on progress rather than failure. Clear objectives as basis of assessment, self-assessment, criterion reference, true purpose of assessment, sensitive and constructive assessment. So these are the assessment strategy that can increase motivation. So in assessment strategies that can increase motivation, so we have growth mindset. So meaning this refers to the belief that abilities and intelligence can be developed through dedication and hard work. So in the context of assessment, it means framing feedback and result in a way that emphasizes learning and improvement rather than fixed traits. So for example, kanang ang imuhang student is kanang baba gud ang iyang nakuha nga grado, and then sa halip nga imuhang iparamdam sa iya ba nga dili siya hawod, so pwede na to siya kanang i-motivate god nga kanang as teacher nga ino na to nga siguro kanang wala lang gid siguro nimo nasabtan kaayo ang kani nga lesson, so next time mag-quiz ko og utro dapat imuhan na ning tud-an kay para mas modako pa imong grado sunod. Focus on progress rather than failure. So, meaning, assessment should highlight what students have learned and how they have improved over time. So, rather than solely emphasizing error or shortcomings. So, for example, kanang kung mali ang ilahang answer, so pwede na to ipakita sa ilaha nga as a teacher nga kanang mapaunlad pagud nato sila nga sa sunod nga quiz is dako na ilang grado, so pwede na to sila ingnon nga nakita gud nako nga kanang mas hawod na ka karon kaysa atong niagi, so dapat ipadayon lang na siya ha, kay para kanang tuloy-tuloy ang imong progress. Now we have clear objectives as basis of assessment. So students should understand what they are being assessed on and the criteria for success. So this clarity helps them focus learning and feel more in control. So for example, kanang mag-provide ta og rubrics, kanang di ba pag mag-ano ta og mga scores, kanang jud sila guided na jud sila nga naay naman tay rubrics nga gisunod. And next is dapat di ba pag mag-ano ta before ta magsugod is ato man i-state ang atuang objectives nga kanang state nato ang atong learning outcomes nga ma-aim nato iniguman sa klase. Self-assessment. So, meaning engaging students in evaluating their own learning and performance against clear criteria. This fosters self-awareness and a sense of ownership over their learning. So, for example, kanang paghuman sa ilahang gipanghimo or sa ilang mga activities, so pwede na to kanang surion ang ilahang mga nahibal-an kung unsa ang inyong kanang gitapik karon or unsa ang inyong mga activities karon. So pwede na to sila pakutanon kung unsa ang imong natun-an ani nga lesson or pwede pod asa ka naglisod ani atong lesson kay pwede na to i-teach na pod para sa sunod is mas manindot na ang imong kanang performance sa atong klase. Criterion reference. So, assessment where students' performance is judged against predefined criteria or standards rather than compared to the performance of other students. So, this helps students understand what they need to achieve. So, laro naman kaayo nga. So, dapat for example is kanang sa ilagong kanang nay mga project. So, dili na to i-base kung gaano kahusay ang isang mag-aaral compared to other students. So, kung dili, tagaan na to siya sa kanang sakto nga grado based sa inyong criteria kung giunsa niya paghimo. True purpose of assessment. So, meaning, ensure that the primary goal of assessment is to support learning and provide meaningful feedback for improvement rather than assigning grades or ranking students. So, for example, is using formative assessment. So, like quizzes or kanang mga quick checks to identify the areas where students need more support. So, dira is ato ang mahibal-an no kung asa sila hawod ug asa pud sila need nga mas ma-improve ang ilang kanang pagskwela. Sensitive and constructive assessment. So, providing feedback in a way that encouraging, supportive, and focused on how the students can improve. It avoids harsh criticism and focuses on specific areas for development. So for example is kanang maghatag gud ta og feedback sa ilang project nga gihimo. So instead ato silang kanang istoryahan og dili maayo, so pwede na to sila ingnon nga kanang hindot ang inyong pagkahimo. So pero dapat sa sunod is tugangan pa ninyo og kanang kana kung mas more paani nga design or more pa nga kuan kay para kanang kana ninyo ba nga kanang dapat kanang paninduton pa nila nindot na siya pero dapat mas paninduton pa sa sunod para dili sila kanang murag masakitan sa imuhang kanang comment instead mo inon nga ay dili man na nindot. So dapat inon nimo siya nindot siya pero sa sunod is i-improve pa ninyo ang inyong mga gihimo. Now last is text challenging. Not too easy, not too difficult. So assessment tasks should be appropriately challenging, pushing students to think critically and apply their knowledge without being so difficult that they become discouraged or so easy that they don't learn any new. So for example na maghatag ta og puro simple lang nga pag-memorize ana. So dapat tagaan nato sila gana kung mga analyzing para kanang sa mga estudyante is mas maano gyud ang ilahang critical thinking skills ba. And then dapat ato pong anon nga akma pud sa ilahang knowledge ang atong himuon kay basin atong himuon pud ang pinakalisod. So ang bata is wala na sila ma-answer it's because dili akma sa ilang kanang kanang dili akma sa ilahang kapasidad sa ilang kahibalo. So dapat kung unsa ra pud sila nga grade level, i-level ra pud nato kung unsa ilang kakayahan. The preamble of Code of Ethics for Professional Teachers in the Philippines. Teachers are duly licensed professionals who possess dignity and reputation with high moral values, as well as technical and professional competence in the practice of their noble profession, and they strictly adhere to, observe, and practice this set of ethical and moral principles, standards, and values. So, in the preamble, it emphasizes that the Filipino teachers are recognized as professionals with proper licenses. So, di ba gitulo na ni Sir Puedan sa atua. And also, teachers are respected and held to high moral standards. Tapos dapat na sila skilled and knowledgeable in their field. And also, follow a strict code of ethics and moral behavior in their work. Article 1, Scope and Limitation of the Code of Ethics for Professional Teachers in the Philippines. So, Section 2 of Article 1 states this code cover all public and private school teachers in all level of education, whether on full-time or part-time basis, including guidance, counselors, school administrators, supervisor, and principals, as well as those performing other academic, administrative, supervisory, and auxiliary functions. So, in this section, clarifies who is covered by this code of ethics. So, ang ano is teachers in both public and private schools. So, or teachers at all levels of education. So, for and elementary, secondary, and tertiary. And also, teachers who working full-time or part-time, and other education professionals like guidance counselor, school administrators, supervisors, and principals, or anyone performing academic, administrative, supervisory, and auxiliary function within the school system. So, in Section 2, ensures that a wide range of individuals involved in the educational system in the Philippines are held accountable to the ethical standard outlined in the code.